Welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's podcast.
Hell yeah, we are.
Enter theme song here. That's been Jeremy the whole time, just singing the theme song.
Nicholas.
Justin.
I'm Jeremy.
All right, today we have a special episode.
Yeah, we're actually all on location again.
That is part of the special. Mm-hmm. But for the first time in now, granted, I know we said we're never going to release the original 101 episodes. So this is probably about the 150th episode we've done.
Mm-hmm.
The first time, Justin has brought the.
Yeah, I brought the topic. I did all the work. By far the most work I've ever done. If it's not one of our sports podcasts.
It's a really good feeling to not have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I could get used to this.
I know when I messaged you guys, I was like, hey, I got this. Originally, I did the 24, and someone's like, do them all. So then I had to redo my work.
Well, I didn't say you had to. I just said you could.
Go big or go home was what it said, so I would challenge accepted.
Okay.
And I did it. All right. On this one, we are going to go through the 42 Adam Sandler movies.
Ooh.
I have them ranked 1 through 42. The criteria, since I know you guys are going to ask.
Yes.
I did IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and Metacritic.
Okay.
I based them all off 100. So if it's like a 58 or 5.2, I made it a 52. And I added all the totals together. So it's out of a possible 300 is the best score you can get.
Okay.
And then I went down and I put them in numerical order with what they scored. And I made them into this big giant bracket.
All right.
Sweet.
I was wondering what the criteria was going to be. Because if I had done it, it would have been like, number 1 is Waterboy. Number 2 is Happy Gilmore. And then just been like, how I like the movies.
Mm-hmm. Originally, I just picked random movies like that. And then I was like, all right, I'll look through all of them. So that's what I did. Got 1 through 42.
All right.
Well, I'm excited.
Let's get this party started.
I was going to add, there's some I didn't add on here, like Zookeeper, where he voices a chimp.
Okay.
So if I didn't think he was one of the main ones, I didn't count it.
Got it.
Because
I thought that was one of his most pivotal roles.
It could have been.
that was going to be my number 1.
Yeah. How dare you?
I thought about putting Mixed Nuts on here.
I've never even heard of that.
It's a Steve Martin, Adam Sandler. It's early in Sandler's career.
Okay.
It's definitely one of those movies that I saw in the theaters, but I don't think anybody knew who Adam Sandler was at the time.
Yeah, it was like the second thing he appeared in.
Because we all went to see Steve Martin, and there's a couple other semi-famous people in that movie.
Gotcha.
But that would have made the bracket 43, so you're out.
Yeah.
But it does look funny. Was it a good movie?
It's okay.
All right.
I'd have to watch it again now that I know he's in it, just to be like, oh, okay.
Oh. From the previous, he does a lot of his voices. You'll see Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. When he's talking to the shampoo and conditioner.
Oh, yeah.
He has that kind of character in there.
Oh, okay.
The baby talk.
Yeah.
I'll have to legit have not watched that movie. The movie came out in 94?
Yeah, or probably earlier than that.
95?
Because that would have been, if I went backwards, before Billy Madison, but after Airheads.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know I saw it in the theaters because my friends and I saw it at the was one of the first movies we went and saw at the discount theater because nobody had ever had a discount theater before where it was $1 to go see any movie, and we're like, we know famous people from that movie, let's go see it. It didn't have to be good. We're like, it's $1. Who cares if it's good? Let's just go.
Right.
Well, I'm going to start with the outside brackets and work our way in.
All right.
You guys are ready to jump right into this?
Let's do this.
All right. Do you want to know the score out of how many they got with the first set of rounds here, or do you just want to know what number they ranked in at?
It might be interesting to know the score.
All right. Well, the first matchup coming in at number 32 with 103 points, Mr. Deeds.
Okay.
Versus 33rd, Grown Ups, with a score of 100.
Oh.
So Mr. Deeds or Grown Ups?
Oh, jeez. Man, we're starting off tough.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, there's some in here where I was like, I want to move this. I want to move. But I was like, no, I'm sticking to it.
Well, right away, I'm going to say Mr. Deeds because I know, like, probably you guys are going to have a hard time with it between Grown-Ups and Mr. Deeds, and I have no issue. Mr. Deeds all the way for me. I don't think Grown-Ups is really all that great. I'm sorry.
I like grown-ups. I'm going grown-ups.
Oh, all right. Let's put the pressure on Justin right away. That's great. For me, it wasn't too hard either. I'm in the same boat with Jeremy. Mr. Deeds, I thought was better than Grown Ups.
No,
I quote Mr. Deeds more, and that's the way I'd go. I would vote Mr. Deeds. Not even an
all
upset
right.
pick.
I'm not mad.
You can't be mad. It's Adam Sandler.
Everyone wins in the Adam Sandler bracket face-off.
I mean, now if it had been grown-ups too, it would have been much easier to pick.
Yeah.
Well, that is on the list because there are 42 to go through. Okay. Number 24 with the score of 120, Bedtime Stories.
Okay.
Versus number 41 with the score of 59, Jack and Jill.
Oh, no.
Now this one's difficult for a much different reason than the other one. Yeah. I'm gonna go Bedtime Stories because Jack and Jill, for me, hands down the worst Adam Sandler movie.
I've got a huge problem with this because I haven't seen Bedtime Stories, but I have seen Jack and Jill. I know it's awful. So, like, what am I supposed to do? Vote for the one that I haven't seen just because I know Jack and Jill sucks?
There's probably going to be a couple on here you haven't seen. So.
Yeah, there probably will be.
You're going Bedtime Stories?
I think I'm going to have to go Bedtime Stories.
Jack
and Jill was an abomination.
I'm going Bedtime Stories for the clean sweep. I've never seen it, but Jack and Jill was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, even though Russell Brand is in Bedtime Stories, I'll watch Bedtime Stories 5 more times today before I ever watch Jack and Jill again.
All right, we got coming in number 25 with 120 points, The Week Of.
Okay.
Versus number 40 with the 66 points, The Ridiculous 6.
Well, remind me again what The Week Of is.
All I know is it's him and
Chris Rock.
Oh, okay.
It's one of his Netflix movies.
Okay. Unfortunately,
Is that the wedding one?
I think so. All right. I'm going to go Ridiculous 6 because I only made it like 15 minutes through Week Of before I was like, I'm good. Now, it could have just been a bad day. Mm-hmm. So maybe if I watch the Week Of again, like, it might change. But Ridiculous 6, while bad, at least I watched it. Like, I made it through that one.
That's fair. Jeremy?
Well, Justin, from what I can recall, I think we had a pretty good time watching The Ridiculous 6 at one point at your apartment.
There was some drinks involved, but we've seen it. We enjoyed it. Yeah. I've never seen The Week Of, so I'm going to go with Ridiculous 6.
And I, too, will go with The Ridiculous 6.
That will be our first upset of the bracket. All right.
Poor Chris Rock.
It's not his fault. That might be. I don't know. All right. Coming in at number 29 with 111 points, Blended. Versus number 36 with 91 points, The Cobbler.
I've seen The Cobbler.
I have also seen The Cobbler.
I, too, have seen The Cobbler.
It was an interesting movie.
I have not seen Blended.
Same.
I have not seen Blended either.
Adam Sandler will be very happy to know that half the movies on his bracket we haven't seen.
Well, not half. It's just some of the...
Half. He's done a lot of shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which apparently we've watched. We've watched the shit and not the stuff that is apparently good.
Well, it's 29 versus 36 out of 42. So how good is that?
Is Blended the one he did with Selma Hayek, or is that another one of the Drew Barrymore ones?
I think it's another Drew Barrymore one.
Yeah. Selma Hayek was Spanglish, wasn't it?
I can't really do the research and the bracket at the same time.
That's a good point.
I mean, Blended, I'm sure, is probably better, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I haven't seen it either.
I don't remember having a problem with The Cobbler. I just kind of remember being like, what did I just watch? Like, what is this?
Yeah, I
It's
remember
just-
the end of it was kind of like, wait,
Oh, that's how it ends?
Yeah.
they were setting up for some sort of weird like sequel universe thing that was like, wait, what?
Yeah, like if I recall correctly, wasn't it like he was a part of like some secret society of cobblers or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
It's-
Like they were setting up for something that I'm guessing they're never going to do. Or
I don't know.
yeah, but either way, I'm gonna give it to the cobbler just because. I mean,
I'm gonna vote for blended just cause.
I'm
pressure's on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't even know what blended is about, so I have to go with the cobbler. 'Cause
Neither do I. I don't know
At
what
least
it's
I
about.
know that one.
I've never seen blended, but I'm just
I remember the trailers made it seem like a fun movie, but it's just one of those things I never got around to.
Yeah, I never seen it.
yeah.
All right, this one, coming in at number 28 with 113 points. Little Nicky
Okay.
Okay.
versus 37 with 89 points. 8 Crazy Nights.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I think that's a tough one.
I do too, actually. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, I mean,
We were talking about this earlier. Somehow, and I've never seen 8 Crazy Nights.
Wow.
It's not like I've been like refusing to watch it for any number of reasons.
yeah.
I just have never got around to it. I have seen Little Nicky. I'm gonna go Little Nicky, not just because I've seen it, because I like Little Nicky. It's funny.
Yeah, I do too. I actually have a funny story about Little Nicky.
All right.
So my friend Mitch in high school, we used to do impressions of him, and he talked. Well, the impressions always sounded like Little Nicky. So whenever he would get mad at us, we'd be like, "What? We're doing a Little Nicky impression." And be like a little something like this, like Mitch Grande,
I'm in a favorite shovel.
Popeye's chicken is fucking awesome.
Oh,
So just based on that alone,
I feel like Little Nicky just won.
Yeah.
But that's both. I really like 8 Crazy
I
Nights.
do
though.
too. I do too. I
Well-
think it's a solid movie. I mean, it can be kind of annoying at some parts, but so can Little Nicky. So can't
I
really-
mean, when Whitey's singing Technical Foul,
yeah,
that's a great part of the
it
movie.
is. It is.
Okay, but Little Nicky. That's a technical foul. Anywho,
You should put that on your yearly watch list.
Okay.
it's up there for Christmas ones for me.
Yeah.
All right, moving to the other side. Number 31 with 106 points. That's My Boy.
Okay.
Versus number 34 with 99 points. Pixels.
Oh,
Oh,
I finally got around to watching that one.
so we've recently made Jeremy watch Pixels.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
I'm gonna go Pixels. I think Pixels is better.
Why don't you vote for this one first?
Well, if I'm voting first, Pixels is moving on.
Okay.
Because, I've watched both of them, and I've definitely watched Pixels more.
Yeah.
I think I've watched That's My Boy once, and I was like, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's my limit.
Okay. Well, for what it's worth, I guess I would have voted Pixels too. I like Andy Samberg a lot, but yeah, that movie just wasn't all that great.
No.
Yeah, this is like a one-time watch.
Yeah. And Pixels actually was fun. I had a fun time with Pixels. It could have been more.
All right, this one I think is going to be pretty simple, straightforward. I could probably just skip it. Coming in at number 23 with 122 points, Billy Madison.
Oh, yeah.
Versus number 42, dead last on the bracket with 36 points, Going Overboard.
Oh, my God. This is like an NFL team versus like a Pee Wee team.
Yeah, it really is. I mean,
Just pencil it in there.
just go ahead. Yeah.
You guys want to discuss?
So it's Going Overboard, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
I've seen Going Overboard. I would rather watch Going Overboard than Jack and Jill.
They were separated 36 points for Going Overboard, and what did I say? Jack and Jill was 59.
The only reason that Jack and Jill is probably more watchable than Going Overboard is because Jack and Jill had a budget and Al Pacino and like real actors, where Going Overboard was like a student film. Like,
yeah.
All right.
but Jack and Jill is just that terrible. But clearly, yeah.
Number 2,619 points, Sandy Wexler. Versus number 39, 81 points, Grown Ups 2.
Oh my God!
Oh, wow. the Grown Ups 2 only slightly better than Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
Sandy
The
Wexler.
best part of Grown Ups 2 was Shaq.
Sandy Wexler. The only
He's
other
a little shit,
the
Jimmy.
only other Netflix movie of Adam Sandler's that I was unable to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. 10, 15 minutes. You're gonna force me to vote Grown Ups 2, and I'm mad at you for that.
All right. You got a preference here?
Well, when you said Sandy Wexler, there was like, whatever is against it, I'm voting against Sandy Wexler. But then you said Grown Ups 2, and I was like, oh, jeez. Like, fuck. Like, I didn't finish Sandy Wexler. Like, I've tried multiple times. It's like, this is so fucking annoying.
Okay, so we're back.
Yeah, a little glitch there.
Some minor technical difficulties, but it's all good
So
now.
Sandy Wexler versus.
Grown Ups 2.
Yeah, so
I believe.
you just put your vote. Yeah, I was going on a diatribe about Sandy Wexler.
I believe you were just saying how you're going to vote against Sandy Wexler, no matter what it was.
Yeah, like when you brought up Sandy Wexler, I was ready to vote anything against that movie, but then you had to say Grown Ups 2, and now I'm torn. Because Sandy Wexler was a tough movie to get through, still is. Haven't made it all the way through yet. The voice is very infuriating. And, I've actually made it all the way through Grown Ups 2. I mean, it's been a background thing, so I've never actually watched it fully, but Grown Ups 2.
That's all right. Unanimous.
Well, what makes me mad about this is that we didn't vote Grown Ups through, the actual good one of the two.
Yeah.
But Grown Ups 2, the bad one, got into the next round.
That's it.
Well, Grown Ups faced off against Mr. Deeds.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how that happened.
All right. Here we go. Coming in at number 30, 111 points. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Versus number 35 with 96 points, Bulletproof.
Bulletproof. What's that?
That's the one with him and Damon Wayans.
Oh, yeah. That was a good movie.
I'm going Chuck and Larry. I've seen that one a time or two. Bulletproof, I don't think I've seen since the 90s when it came out.
I remember liking it. I don't remember much about it at all.
Yeah.
Are they handcuffed together throughout the movie
I
or
don't
something?
remember that movie.
I feel like there's some kind of element of that in there.
I'm also thinking of one scene in particular in Chuck and Larry.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to think about that a little later,
I know. Change your mood lighting first.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Chuck and Larry.
Chuck and Larry, all right.
If nothing else, just because of that scene.
All right, number 27, 116 points. Just go with it.
Okay.
Number 38 with 88 points, The Do-Over.
Uh-oh.
I enjoy the Do-Over. The Do-Over was funny. But Just Go With It is actually one of Adam Sandler's better ones. And, I mean, the ageless wonder that is Jennifer Aniston, who in that one scene somehow manages to outshine a legitimate Sports Illustrated swimsuit model.
Yeah.
Who's that, Brooklyn Decker?
I think that's who's in it, yeah. I just remember her coming out of the water. It's like the only scene I remember.
Well, and Dave Matthews was Nicole Kidman's wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's legit funny. I enjoy that one. So I'm going Just Go With It.
Okay.
That's where I'm leaning to.
Well, I guess I'll do the same thing then, because
you
I
have
haven't
an
seen
opinion?
either of these, and then I'll trust you guys.
Okay. Going on to the second round here. Here's where we get to the top ones. Number 1 with a score of 256. Uncut Gems.
Ooh.
Versus number 32, Mr. Deeds.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, out of those two, I actually prefer Mr. Deeds.
Wow.
Like, I like the Adam Sandler stuff, that classic Adam Sandler feel.
will change my vote from the earlier round to go with Mr. Deeds.
Oh wow, okay.
Because of the Adam Sandler bracket that you said, I watched Uncut Gems yesterday for the first time, and it's good. I got why everybody said he should be nominated for an Oscar. I also understand why he didn't get nominated for an Oscar, but I would watch Mr. Deeds repeatedly. Uncut Gems is one of those movies that you watch once and you're like, "Yep, I've seen it." Like, it's not one of those like pop in like just for background noise movies.
Yeah.
Would you like to weigh in, even though your opinion is irrelevant at this point?
Yeah, but I'll give it the sweep.
All right.
I'll pile on.
The upset, 103 points to 256. Mr. Deeds is moving on.
That's a big upset.
Yeah, the number one seed is already out.
That's like a 16 seed beating a 1.
Yeah.
Remember, these are not our rankings. It's the three I use for the criteria.
And this is why Adam Sandler sticks to doing these types of movies.
Yeah, for schmucks like us. Yeah. Okay, number 16, 144 points. Big Daddy.
Okay.
Number 17, 143 points. Click.
That's tough.
I know which way I lean. Of course, I had a chance to look through some of these rounds.
Why don't you go first on this one?
I like Big Daddy with this one.
Okay.
I've watched Big Daddy multiple times. It's one of those, I quote a lot of Adam Sandler movies at work.
Yeah.
And this is definitely one.
Yeah.
Like 30 packets of ketchup, Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I've wiped my own ass.
Scuba Steve.
Yeah.
The goddamn Jets.
Is that the guy with the old balls?
we called my sister-in-law's thank God ex-boyfriend Old Balls solely because of this movie.
That's funny.
So I'm going Big Daddy as well.
Oh man, Jeremy.
God, I mean, I would probably lean that way too, but Click was good. Click was maybe at some points a little overly emotional and like tried a little too hard maybe to pull at my heartstrings, but I did like it a lot, and it's got a great message.
Yeah,
but yeah, Big Daddy. I mean,
just
so
going these two movies against each other, like I can't be like, well, Click was a better. Yeah, if I'm going with the criteria that I've been going with is which one would I watch again, or
which one have I seen the most?
Which one have I seen the most?
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Okay, here we come. Number 9, 165, Spanglish. Versus number 24, Bedtime Stories.
Oh. I mean, I don't know.
I can say...
These are like two schools I've never heard of.
Yeah, I can say I have not seen either of these two.
Yeah.
Have you've seen either?
I haven't either.
So I guess what we'll do, just to be assholes, because that's what we do on this podcast, I'm giving you the vote. Nicholas, what's going on?
I was hoping you had some sort of actual way of voting.
I mean, do you want to vote if you've never seen
Bedtime Stories?
All right.
It sounds like a cool concept.
The one where it tells the stories and everything's like coming to life.
Yeah. I've never done that one before. Have they?
I guess I'll just go with the higher ranking and go Spanglish.
Oh God. Well, thanks. I'm gonna go with Bedtime Stories. I don't know either. I've never seen either of them. It just sounds better.
Racist.
Whoa. Truth comes out.
That's the real reason.
All right. We got number 40, Ridiculous 6. Taking on number 8 with 166 points. Hotel Transylvania 2.
I mean, this is a tough one because, I'm sure the Hotel Transylvania movies are great. I've heard they're awesome, and they should be right up my alley, Halloween wise. But I haven't seen any of them. So, am I really gonna vote for Ridiculous 6 over Hotel Transylvania 2? You bet your ass I am.
I'm also gonna vote that way because I've never seen any of the Hotel Transylvania movies. I mean, now when I actually sit down and watch the 3 Hotel Transylvania movies, I might have to be like, let's go back and redo the Adam Sandler bracket.
Yeah.
Because
It's written down. It's not. It's done.
why in the
Locked
world?
in.
Why in the world would I pick Ridiculous 6 over this movie? But I've seen Ridiculous 6.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have went with Hotel Transylvania too.
Are those fun movies?
They are.
Yeah.
I've
heard
seen the
they're-
first 2. I've not seen the third. All right, coming in at number 4 with 199 points, Reign Over Me. Versus number 36, The Cobbler.
Oh.
Brain over me.
Yeah.
We don't need a
No
big debate here.
contest.
There's no need to debate that one. I mean,
Yeah. That's enough said.
All right, moving on then. Number 13 with 158 points, Hubie Halloween. Versus number 20 with 138 points, Men, Women, and Children.
Easy.
yeah, Hubie Halloween.
Right. That was one I debated if I should put Men, Women, and Children on here.
Remind me again. I know you mentioned this earlier, but what is this one? It's like an indie film that he showed up in.
No, I'm not really sure what Men, Women, and Children is. You'd have to look that one up. I kind of watched the preview and I don't even remember what it was.
Okay.
That was the one that we were talking about as like when I was going back through the IMDb just to kind of refresh myself of what Adam Sandler had done.
Yeah.
That I was like, I've never even heard of this movie.
Yeah.
Like, how did he do a movie that came out like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, not like 10 years ago, like 3 years ago. And I've never heard of it. Like, it's recent, like...
Yeah, it's like there's with all the kids and they're going through like council. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter. Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Whatever it is.
I have a feeling Hubie Halloween would have beat that one anyway,
All right.
even if had we seen it. So
Yeah.
This is going to be a tough one, I think, my opinion.
Yeah.
Number 12 with 161 points, 50 First Dates.
Okay.
Number 21 with 137 points, The Water Boy.
Oh.
it's not tough for me.
Okay, he's got The Water Boy.
Yeah.
The Water Boy. All right.
Well, would you vote Waterboy?
Probably.
50 First Dates was a fun movie. I mean,
It's good.
Yeah.
I like 50
Yeah.
First Dates. Had it been up against any other movie,
Yeah.
it might have, But, I mean,
Yeah.
The Waterboy is one of my all-time favorite Adam Sandler movies. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm going to probably tip my hand on how I'm voting the rest of the way, but...
Okay, we got number 28, Little Nicky. Facing off against number 5 with 196 points, The Wedding Singer.
Oh,
I
not a tough one for me.
I
I
mean-
know who I'm going here.
My opinion is The Wedding Singer out of those two.
That's where I'm going.
Where were you going?
I don't know. Wedding Singer probably would have been my vote.
Wedding
too.
Singer is in like my top 5 Adam Sandler. So
Okay. It is funny. I like The Wedding Singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going to the other side. Number 2 with 240 points, The Merowitz Stories. Versus number 34, Pixels. That's the one I just watched the other day, was the Merowitz Stories.
It's like
Meyerowitz, however you say it.
yeah, it's like highbrow versus lowbrow here.
it is. As I'm only vaguely aware, and then now that you've said it, I remember it exists. The Meyerowitz.
I think it's Meyerowitz.
I'm voting Pixels because I've seen it.
Yeah, same.
All right.
I mean, I've heard everyone is really great in that movie, but
It's a good movie.
I'm
Man,
just not.
man, the number 1 and 2 seeds have been destroyed. They've been taken down.
Yeah.
This is a travesty.
I mean, I just watched it recently. It's pretty good. It's got like Ben Stiller, Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good movie,
yeah.
but not good enough to get through over Pixels. All right, coming in at number 15 with 146 points, You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Okay.
Versus number 18 with 143 points, The Longest Yard.
I know where I'm going with it.
Jeremy, would you like to start
Just
this
to
one?
be contrarian, I'm going to say Zohan
Ooh.
because it's better than people say it is, but it's pretty rough. But I don't like The Longest Yard that much. I really don't.
I really like The Longest Yard a lot. I thought it was really... I think it's better than the original one.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Um,
Justin's gonna say Longest Yard, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm already writing it.
Yeah.
It's not even because it's a football movie. I just like that one better than Zohan.
Maybe I gotta rewatch it. I just don't remember like being all that into it when it came out.
I went and saw Zohan in the theaters, and I remember walking out going, "What the fuck was that?" I've seen it a time or two since then.
Same response.
And
What
it's
the fuck?
it's kind of grown on me a little bit, but still, I'm going longest yard. Like that's
All right, we got number 10 with 163 points, Hotel Transylvania,
Oh no.
against number 23, which I don't need to even say, Billy Madison.
Billy.
Oh, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Billy
Get the
Madison.
fuck out of here.
That's the only one that is going to force me to. Well, there's one other one that's going to really cause some internal debates.
Okay, number 39, Grown Ups 2, facing off against number 7 with 179 points, Hotel Transylvania 3. Do you want to vote for the one you never seen or the one that you've seen and know is trash?
I mean, you have to assume that the
wait,
one
so
we've
it's
never
how-
seen is better.
It's.
Hotel Transylvania 3 versus Grown Ups 2.
I'm going Hotel Transylvania 3, just because I'm still mad that I had to vote for.
Yeah, we cannot let this go any further. It should not have even made it past the first round.
Okay, number 3, 230 points, Punch Drunk Love versus number 30, Chuck and Larry.
Oh, Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Punch Drunk Love. Now, where everybody said that Adam Sandler should be nominated for an Oscar for Uncut Gems and maybe even won, I will say that if Adam Sandler if he had done Punch Drunk Love, like if he had done Uncut Gems back then and Punch Drunk Love this time, he would have been nominated and or won the Oscar for Punch Drunk Love. The only reason he didn't back then was because they were punishing him for a lot of the other movies we've already spoken about.
Do you want me to see what came out right before then? Let's
Holy
see.
shit.
Yeah, I told you I did a lot of work. Let's
That's
see.
really impressive.
When did Punch Drunk Love come out? Okay, right there. So before that was Little Nicky, Big Daddy, Waterboy, Wedding Singer, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Airheads, Bulletproof, and Going Overboard.
Oh, there you go.
That was all before Punch Drunk Love.
Any one of those.
Yep.
And that's why the Academy was punishing Adam Sandler, because they were like, wait, that's what you did all that stuff. Just because you were really good in this one doesn't mean you know.
Did that movie get nominated for anything?
I feel like it might have gotten like screenplay.
Okay. Yeah, he was fucking cool in that movie.
That movie
awesome.
is just
Not
amazing.
cool,
And-
but he was just awesome.
He's cool.
He's cool. He's a guy you want to hang out with.
You
well, I
ain't,
don't know about that, but
you ain't cool
I know
unless,
people like
unless
that.
you pees your pants.
No, he's awesome in that movie. He's just really good. You don't really recognize him.
We're going to move on while Nicholas looks this up,
Mhm.
and we'll put Jeremy on the spot. Coming in at number 14 with 157 points, Anger Management.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Versus number 19 with 142 points, Murder Mystery.
Haven't seen Murder Mystery.
That's another Netflix one. I think that's with Jennifer Aniston,
It
if I
is.
recall.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna have to give it up to Anger Management. Also because I mean, that was a good movie. He's funny in that movie.
oh man, part of me wants to be contrarian and just say Murder Mystery for fun, but I'm probably gonna have to go Anger Management.
Well, you could go either way, and I would have went with Anger Management.
Okay, so I'm gonna stick with Murder Mystery then. I actually like that one. It was pretty good.
Alright.
I know it does not appear that Punch Drunk Love was up for any Oscar, although I definitely think Philip Seymour Hoffman, and it's if you haven't seen it because it's not a Adam Sandler comedy, do yourself a favor and watch Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
Okay, number 11, 163 points, Happy Gilmore. Number 22, 131 points, Airheads.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. Airheads was good, but it doesn't hold a candle to
Airheads
Gilmore.
would do a lot better on a Brendan Fraser bracket.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to make one of those. All right, number 27, Just Go With It. Versus number 6 with 192 points, Funny People.
Oh, I've never seen Funny People.
I'm gonna vote Funny People to taint the thing, to taint our votes.
I'm going just go with it.
I'm also going to just go with it because I've never seen Funny People.
Funny People is good.
Talk it up, Jeremy, while I write this down.
I will. It's a little on the long side, but you know that's Judd Apatow for you. He likes to like really over-explain things, but it's got a lot of good like heartfelt moments, a lot of funny moments. I mean, third act could have been chopped a little bit up, but it was a good movie. I recommend checking it out one day if you're bored.
All right.
Plus, they parody a lot of the old like Adam Sandler like go-to like slapstick movies. That's why it was funny that they made a movie called The Do-Over, because there's a parody called The Do-Over in Funny People where Adam Sandler plays like this baby. But anyways,
All right, moving back. We got number 32, Mr. Deeds, versus number 16, Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Mr. Deeds versus Big Daddy.
Yeah.
You go.
I'd just like to see what your guys' opinions is, and then I come in later. I did this bracket. I want to hear what you guys have to think, especially when I'm going to agree with Nicholas.
Big Daddy.
Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. We've got number 24, Bedtime Stories, taking on number 40, The Ridiculous Six.
How are either of these movies this far in?
Yeah, this is insanity.
And how am I going to be forced to vote for The Ridiculous Six?
Yeah, you bet your ass I'm voting for The Ridiculous Six again.
How is it this? How has that movie made it this far in the? Grown-ups got kicked out in the first round. Ridiculous Six is in the third.
Ridiculous Six has made it to the Elite Eight.
The Elite Eight.
The Elite Eight. Ridiculous Six.
I'm okay with that. I have a lot of good memories with that movie.
It's just the memories of hanging out.
Kinda. They're fragmented, but I can sort of remember it.
All right. We got number 13, Hubie Halloween.
Yeah.
Taking on number 4, Reign Over Me.
Oh, no. That's like... They're just so different.
Oh, jeez.
This is unfair.
Well, we're not getting a redo.
You
You want me just to like switch Ridiculous Six and
yeah,
other things around?
Swap it around to make this so that I can have the Halloween one go. I'm voting Hubie Halloween. Fuck it. I mean...
All right, I will say this. Reign Over Me was a really good movie. And it's definitely, like, if you rank it by Adam Sandler's acting ability or acting performances, it's probably number 2 or 3 for, like, acting performances.
Yeah.
But I'm voting Hubie Halloween.
Oh,
You're a madman.
I would have voted for Reign Over Me.
Really?
That is one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies.
It's awesome, but I mean, I'm gonna probably put Hubie Halloween on every year now for Halloween. Like, it kind of nailed the aesthetics.
I'm fairly certain we've watched it at least once or twice since Halloween season has ended.
So Ernest Scared Stupid, Hubie Halloween, they're all gonna be right up there. Okay.
I mean, he kind of nailed it. It's awesome. I don't know how he did it, but
Well, there goes number 4 seed. Okay. We got number 21, The Waterboy,
okay.
taking on number 5, The Wedding Singer.
Oh.
That's a tough one.
Jeremy? Nicholas? Who wants to go first?
Waterboy.
Waterboy, okay.
I mean, like I said, Wedding Singer's probably number 5 on my Adam Sandler, like, my personal Adam Sandler list.
Yeah.
But Waterboy is definitely 1, 2, or 3, depending on the day. So, like, I'm going, like, it's just...
Yeah. So it's really fucked up now because Wedding Singer is now below The Ridiculous Six. And
So is Reign Over Me.
And grown-ups get kicked out in the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's an interesting bracket.
Upsets happen.
Number 34, Pixels. Taking on number 18, The Longest Yard.
Pixels.
Longest Yard.
Ooh. I am, to no surprise, I'm going with Pixels.
Wow.
I like Pixels. I've seen it multiple times in the theaters, too.
Yeah, I really gotta come back off on that movie. I was so against it, and now I've turned around. Like Josh Gad, I used to hate that guy for some reason, and he was really funny in that movie.
Is he?
I'm sorry, Josh Gad.
Is he in that Google too? The intern.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
He is in that. I think.
Is he?
Yeah, isn't he?
All right.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I could just write this next one down without telling you guys. 23, Billy Madison. 7, Hotel Transylvania 3.
Oh, Billy Madison.
Yeah.
There's number 2 or 1, 2, or 3 depending on the day.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, Punch Drunk Love. Number 14, Anger Management.
Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
Okay. Please feel free to talk while I write. Fill in the airtime.
You got this.
I'm slow. Another one I don't need to ask. Number 11, Happy Gilmore. Number 27, Just Go With It.
Happy Gilmore.
I mean, how many times have I watched Happy Gilmore this year?
You think we're gonna get a sequel to that movie?
Never. But
The closest we're gonna get is that little reunion they had.
I would like to see it. It would be funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
It would be. But...
Okay. We're down to the Elite 8. We've got number 16, Big Daddy,
Yeah.
taking on number 40, The Ridiculous 6.
finally, Big Daddy.
Jeremy?
Ridiculous 6.
Okay. Oh, I hate to break your heart, Jeremy, but I'm
Oh,
going with Big Daddy.
it made it so far. I really wanted to see it just one more time.
It had to play in, too. It was out on one of the outskirt playing brackets.
That's incredible.
Ridiculous 6.
A real Cinderella story.
It made it through the week of Hotel Transylvania 2 and Bedtime Stories.
I mean, every so often in the college tournament where you get a VCU that makes it to the Final Four, and you look back and realize how many other upsets happened to get VCU into the Final Four, and you're like, oh, they didn't beat the best teams, they just beat the other teams that were every bit as lucky as they were. That's how the Ridiculous 6 got here.
That's what I was just looking at. That little portion of the bracket they were in was Bedtime Stories, Jack and Jill, the week of, Spanglish, and Hotel Transylvania 2. If you had seen it, Hotel Transylvania 2 would have moved on. But based on that, yeah, those aren't a lot of competition.
All right, so basically, if we're ever going to redo the Adam Sandler bracket, the two of us need to buckle down and watch the 3 Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah.
All right. We got number 13, Hubie Halloween, facing off against number 21. So according to the bracket, Hubie Halloween is a better movie than The Waterboy.
Well, we all know that's a patent lie.
Which way do we vote?
I vote Waterboy.
Where are you going?
I'm going to just be difficult today. Hubie Halloween. As the resident Halloween man. I know what you're going to...
No, you don't know what I'm going to do.
No, I don't. Okay.
Oh, man.
You can do it.
Okay, let me make a quick argument then for you. I know a lot of people hold The Waterboy very fondly in their hearts, as they should. But if you look at The Waterboy again, if you really rewatch it, it's like, is it that funny?
Yes.
All right.
What did you do?
I moved on. Hubie Halloween.
Oh,
what?
I think it's because it is the most fresh one in my mind. And I'm thinking of all the characters.
I'm ready to fucking walk out.
I'm thinking of all the characters coming back and the references and...
Hubie Halloween is a love note to all Adam Sandler films.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying Waterboy.
The Waterboy's good.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
I know. I do that at work too. I'll be like, Gatorade. But
when Mama doesn't know, Mama doesn't hurt. Roy Orbison tattooed on Henry Winkler's ass.
It is a really great movie.
Something wrong with your medulla oblongata with Colonel Sanders?
Well, I've already written it down.
I can't believe
Hubie
that.
Halloween.
Oh, this podcast is canceled.
I'm surprised it hasn't been for other things already.
Oh, man. Although the matchups would have been good.
We pissed a lot of people
Yeah.
off
Oh,
just
well.
now, including you.
Yeah. All right, let's keep moving.
Oh,
Number 34, Pixels versus number 23, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Billy
Man,
Madison.
motherfucker, after you just screwed over Waterboy, you better pick Billy Madison coming over this table.
If I had known you were going to say Hubie Halloween, I might have thought a little harder.
Punch Drunk Love, number 3, or Happy Gilmore, number 11.
Oh, that's tough.
This one's a little tougher, but I'm gonna have to revert to the rewatchability, and I rewatch Happy Gilmore like every few months, where Punch Drunk Love I haven't watched in a few years. So like Happy Gilmore, Waterboy, and Billy Madison are probably some of the movies I have watched the most of any movie that I've ever been made.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I'm going Happy Gilmore.
Where are you going?
Happy Gilmore.
I would also go Happy Gilmore. That's one of my favorite movies of his. All right, the final 4. We've got number 16, Big Daddy, versus number 13, Hubie Halloween. I feel like Nicholas isn't going to answer this.
I'm gonna vote Big Daddy just out of spite.
What would you have picked between Big Daddy and the Waterboy?
Waterboy.
Okay, what do you pick, Big Daddy or Hubie Halloween?
I mean, Hubie Halloween.
All right, well,
It wasn't even that good. It's just like, it just surprised me so much that, like, I don't know. I'm a sucker for Halloween stuff.
I'm voting for Big Daddy.
That's fair. I would have expected
Between Big
that.
Daddy and the Waterboy, I also would have picked Big Daddy. So,
I mean, Big Daddy definitely comes in. I don't know if it makes top 5, but it's close.
Yeah.
Like it might be number 6
Cool.
if it isn't top 5. So
Yeah.
this is the hardest one yet. We've got number, let me find it here, 23, who had to play in to get this far. Billy Madison versus number 11, Happy Gilmore.
I knew this was gonna happen.
this is one of the matchups I was afraid of.
Yeah.
This should be the final. Really should.
Yeah.
Well, and this is one of those like I was afraid it was going to be these two or one of these two versus Waterboy, because those are my top 3, and they are constantly rotating based on like whichever one I probably just watched as to which one of them is my favorite. I will say Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison I've watched more than Waterboy.
Do you want to go while he thinks?
Yeah, I got this one figured out.
Right.
Billy Madison.
Okay.
I mean, that movie's just it holds a place in my heart. I'm so fond of that movie. I remember sitting in my aunt's playroom on a tiny little ass TV watching that movie for the first time and being like, "Oh my god, this is fucking amazing. This is comedy. I get it now." And Chris Farley is the bus driver. I mean, come on. I know this is about Adam Sandler, but come on. He steals that whole fucking movie.
I had that little old lady. If peeing your pants is cool, I'm Miles Davis. That damn Sasquatch, that's who.
Who would eat 30 bag of lunches? It was that damn Sasquatch.
That hide and seek champion.
This hurts me. This hurts me in a way I don't think you understand. It's like if you were a parent and you had both your children in front of you.
Oh, you pick the boy.
And you have to pick which one stays alive.
Yeah.
I don't want to vote, but I guess I have to by the rules.
I mean, yeah, we sort of have to keep this thing moving.
Are you vote or have you voted yet?
I'm waiting to hear what you guys say before I vote. I already know where I'm going.
Billy Madison.
Same. Billy Madison.
But the vote was like 10
Yeah.
to 9.9. Like it is.
Yeah,
like,
I hear you. It's close.
All right, we've made it. We finally got to the championship. We got number 16 with 144 out of 300. Big Daddy versus number 23 with 122 points. Billy Madison. Big Daddy or Billy Madison?
well, I think what this tells us.
We're dumb.
No.
We
Well-
wasted an hour and 5 minutes of our life.
I think what this tells us isn't that that we're dumb, or it's that the critics are dumb. Because I mean, look how fast the top numbers
Yeah,
disappeared.
the first seed in the first round. Second seed went out in the first. Third seed made it to the Elite Eight. And the fourth one got taken. Reign Over Me got taken out by Hubie Halloween.
Right. But so the ones that the
I'm
critics
just going to
actually
consider that payback. The Waterboys payback for Reign Over Me.
the critics
Asshole.
love the movies that aren't the ones that the fans
That we love. But I went with the criteria of what is the highest rated
Right,
off of those
no.
3 sites.
I mean that is the clearest criteria that we could have. So I mean it's interesting to know, like, I mean, if we had an actual movie critic in here, they would probably be like just horrified that the movies that we picked.
Yeah, Pixels?
Yeah. How
They'd be
dare
like,
you?
Hubie Halloween.
Well,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
over
guys?
Reign Over Me, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they would just be losing their shit.
Yeah.
I mean, for the final, I'm voting Billy Madison.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear.
Oh,
here.
but I agree
Let's-
with... What happens if it was Billy Madison versus the Waterboy?
I think I'm still going Billy Madison
Jeremy?
Yeah, I mean, same.
because as much as I love the Waterboy, like right now, like today, my ranking would be Billy, Happy, Waterboy.
So Happy Gilmore would have beat the Waterboy anyways.
I think so, yeah.
Well, there you go. We got our winner. Out of the 42 Adam Sandler movies, the championship came out to be Billy Madison.
That was amazing.
What do you think, Nicholas? Where'd we get it right? Where'd we get it wrong?
Well, I mean, you know, where we got it wrong
Yeah, it's
would be the fact that we were forced to vote Grown Ups 2 into the second round. Or the fact that somehow Ridiculous 6 ended up in the final 8.
Oh, see, I was gonna say we got it wrong because the Ridiculous Six didn't make it as far as it should have.
My next question would be, Jeremy, where did we get it wrong? Where did we get it right?
I mean, we definitely got the winner right. I mean, I would think that even the critics who, you know, who don't really like Adam Sandler, I think would have to say, like, Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore, like, those two.
Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Waterboy, and Big
Yeah.
Daddy are all...
Right, those are his best,
Like
most loved movies.
even his company, what, is Happy Madison?
Yeah,
Which came from those 2 movies.
yeah. You know, I know a lot of people who Big Daddy is their favorite Adam Sandler movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Waterboy is up there, and then see they're big, and then you know, Wedding Singer's in there, and you know, so actually,
Man, I love The Wedding Singer.
I do too.
Your name is Julia Gulia? And that didn't even make it that far in this bracket.
Yeah, that's surprising.
My parents died when I was a kid too. You want to talk about that?
No one talks to Billy Idol like that.
That's a tough one though. Waterboy versus Wedding Singer is a very difficult matchup.
Right,
It's no
and
wonder
then-
it didn't make it.
No.
Because and if memory serves, in college there were a lot of times where I had The Wedding Singer on VHS and Waterboy on VHS in my hand, making the decision of which of those two did we watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this pretty much played out how I would have expected. And the only thing I honestly would have been okay with a Hubie Halloween versus Billy Madison final.
Billy Madison still would have won that.
Yeah, it still would have.
I'm a little shocked by the fact that Hubie Halloween was in the final four.
I didn't think it was going to beat Reign Over Me.
That's
I would have picked Reign Over Me. That's still one of my favorite Sandler movies. It's not his normal Adam Sandler type.
Well, like that's
But it's
what
a
like going
good
into
movie.
it. Like
Yeah.
Punch Drunk Love is in a. Have you seen Punch Drunk Love? Like Punch Drunk Love is very high on my Adam Sandler list because it's so against type for him.
Yeah.
But I knew like come down to it, I'd be voting for like the three that I voted for.
What happens if you had, let's go with the top ones, Uncut Gem, Reign Over Me, The Meyerowitz Stories, and Punch Drunk Love, of those four?
I'm probably going Punch Drunk Love. I've not seen the Meyerowitz Stories.
I mean, what would you have picked?
Top
Top four.
what?
Uncut,
Sorry.
Uncut Gems, Reign Over Me, The Meyerowitz Stories, or Punch Drunk Love?
Punch Drunk Love.
I would have went with Reign Over Me out of those.
And Reign Over Me would be right behind it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what we would have picked out of those four. The winner is Billy Madison.
Yeah.
It's written down.
Congratulations.
We finally answered the question that's been plaguing this podcast for X amount of years.
It really does come up often.
It's probably more than it ought to.
What is the best Adam Sandler movie?
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Hell yeah. Well, nice work, Justin.
Wow, most work I've ever done for anything.
It shows.
Kind of actually enjoyed it.
Well, and I think you've laid a groundwork, or
I don't think I made more work for myself.
No, you haven't made more work for it, but you've laid out a blueprint for future brackets. Like,
Yeah.
you've handed us you unlocked the key.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you found the key to the door that we didn't know was there.
Yeah.
And now that we know the door is there and you found the key.
We're busting through.
And there's all the notes.
And
So unless the fan base of the podcast comes at us and goes, stop doing brackets,
Yeah.
this might become a thing more often. Like,
yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
not an every week thing, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of work that goes into
Yeah,
these.
yeah. But if we ever had slow news weeks,
I think it was at least 4 hours I put into this.
it shows.
Because I had to get the numbers. Then I used my 3 websites I used, wrote it all down, came up with a score, figured out where they were located, put them all on this bracket
Yeah.
just for you guys.
That's beautiful.
I appreciate it.
Does this mean that it's going to be like another 4 years before we see anything else?
5, 6. I'm worn out.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a couple years off. I might be sleeping for the next podcast.
Between this and all the draft shit, man, that's
Yeah,
it's like a second job.
the work I just did for this podcast and Media Pod Smash.
Wow, Jesus.
I'm taking vacation. Taking 2 weeks off and then I quit.
And then you quit.
Tell you what, when we start getting advertisers, extra $1 for you.
Yeah. just provide me with cake.
Never mind. Extra $1 off the table.
Yeah, the cake.
You've already had the cake.
That more than makes up for it.
I ate it too.
Ah.
Anyway. There we go.
All right.
Well, if you're the type of people that... How do we transition? Do you have one?
Well,
I mean, the fans who listen can definitely comment what they think, where we got it right, where we got it wrong.
Yeah.
we will post up the picture of the bracket.
There might be some spelling mistakes.
That's fine. And then you can tell us where we got it wrong
Yeah.
or what you would have chosen.
Yeah.
If you disagree with us, or but if you disagree with us, why do you disagree with us?
Right. Yeah, tell us. Hit us up.
And then, who else is out there that we've talked about a lot that you want to hear the brackets from?
Yeah.
Like, where it doesn't have to necessarily be movies. It could be TV. It could be music. Anything pop culture related.
Yeah.
Hit us up, and one of the three of us will try to do a bracket.
I feel like it'll be me. I enjoyed making the bracket. It was a lot of work, but I definitely enjoyed it. I felt a sense of, like, pride or reward when I was done and I had everything and I had all written up. I was like, I did it.
Yeah.
Look at this.
It's nice when you plan things and then it comes together and you get to see your work on display. Yeah.
Definitely got to give some credit to Jeremy for all the work he does with this.
Oh, thank you.
It's not just showing up like I'm used to doing.
This is weird. I just showed up.
How's it feel? It's a nice feeling,
not,
isn't it?
yeah. I mean, all I did was watch Uncut Gems. Like,
Yeah, you just show up and you're like, okay, let's do this.
It's nice.
all I did was finally force myself to watch a movie that I've been thinking about watching for over a year now.
I debated between that and Meyerowitz Stories, and I watched that one instead.
I guess I'll have to go home and watch the Meyerowitz stories.
I guess.
And then
Do the
see if you voted past Pixels.
Yeah, I don't know.
Too late now. All right.
Well,
All right, so I guess Stupid Never Walks Alone.
yeah.
All right.